guys, it's me again, and I'm here to do another movie review. And you, from my hat, you probably know what movie review this is. Now, the reason I'm reviewing this 2 weeks after the movie's release is because, well, school. But hey, it's summertime now, so yeah, I expect more videos now coming in the future. But as for right now, I'm gonna be doing a review of a long anticipated movie, the Angry Birds movie. Now, let me give you a little backstory on Angry Birds. Like, I was one of those people, yes, who played Angry Birds when it first came out, and it was sort of kind of like a fad for me. I played it for a month, and then I deleted it from my phone forever. I mean, it was one of those things where, yeah, I had fun times playing it, but as you move on to the next app or whatever, I mean, I barely play any I don't really play any games, so I'm just like, yeah, it was kind of like a little fad for me that what came and went. But now we have a movie based on it, and pretty much give you a synopsis on the whole movie. Pretty much, there are, this is gonna be weird, there are these birds who live on an island, and everybody's all happy. Everybody's all cheerful. Nobody talks bad about one another. Like, it's all a happy society, it's kind of forced, but they like it anyway. Except for this one bird named Red, who has to deal with his anger all the time, and people don't seem to like it, so they sign him up for anger management classes where he meets a hyper bird named Chuck, a bird that literally blows up, named Bomb, and this really huge bird that's like his same color palette, like, except he's made to look like meaner, and his name is Terrence. And pretty much they're just in this anger management class because the law says they have to. And it's not until a bunch of pigs come and steal their eggs that they finally see why in some situations they need to get angry. So I went into this movie not really expecting much from it. I mean, yeah, the trailer seemed all cute and stuff like that, and the premise of an angry character. I mean, we've seen angry characters like this before done. So I was kind of saying, okay, this is going to be an animated film where it's going to be, what the title predicts. It's Angry Birds. And if you're going into that saying that it's just going to be Angry Birds, then you're absolutely right. It's just an Angry Birds movie and nothing else. I'll tell you something right now. The animation for something that is just the first time company doing this type of animation, I mean, they had the help of Sony ImageWorks here, but, just for a first studio for something that wants to present their animation is actually really, really good, I would say. I mean, it's like, it is theater quality animation, and what they do with the animation in terms of the designs of the characters, having them, in this, flash style animation to this 3D models, I think they translated really well on screen. And this is pretty much an animator's movie. If you want to go in, figure out how do you transfer 2D to 3D, this is it. This is pretty much an animator's movie here, which they had a lot of fun designing the whole sets and the characters and stuff like that. And it's really well, designed. It's full of wackiness. I'll tell you that right now. The animation in its design is full of wackiness, and I like it. I really like it for that. But as probably some of you know, I don't just give credit to just it looking good. I needed to have like good script, good characters, and such like that. And for a first-time director, for someone to be doing an Angry Birds movie, it's not bad. It's totally lives up to the game, and how little of a story that game is. I'm surprised that they were able to put this much plot and humor into this movie. But actually going into the movie, it's not, let me tell you right now, it's not something that you're going to probably want to see over and over again. It's probably a movie that you're going to see, I'm glad I saw it, and that's pretty much all I need to see. I mean, there's a lot of let me just tell you right now, there's a lot of humor that is aimed towards kids, but there's also some very juvenile humor, and a lot of apparently like humor that is adults, like a lot of I wouldn't say like vulgar humor, but more along the lines of like controversial humor. If you let me just say, it's a lot of it's sometimes it's like a little bit sexual, if you know what I mean. But and I'm not kidding. I mean, they make like birth control. They make birth control jokes. They make gay jokes. They make I mean, they make all these jokes like pertaining toward that demographic. And I don't know why they made those types of jokes, but I guess that's the way that they wanted to perceive, so poorly for the kids apparently, and also have an adult edge to it, which I mean it's fine for the first couple of jokes there, but once it starts to get rolling and the plot keeps on going along, it kind of becomes a little bit repetitive. I mean, I would not mind, juvenile humor or, stuff or, sexual humor like that if it's done really funny. And sure, some of the jokes work, but it's not constant throughout the entire movie. And I believe that it actually takes like a nosedive during the second half of this movie. I like the first half of this movie really good, but the second half, when you get to start to go into the essence of the game, which I know why you need that, it is the essence of the game, but I think that scene went on for just a little bit too long. I think you could have had something there instead of, having whatever that the Mighty Eagle scene. I think that would have been, if we would spent more time, getting to know Bomb and Red and Chuck and stuff like that, I think that would have actually been really good. But we had to go immediately to the pigs. The pigs are introduced probably 30 minutes into the movie, and it starts kind of going a little bit downhill from there. But would I really recommend this? And if I would say, if this is what you want to see, like a wacky kind of juvenile animated movie that really is not bad in any way. I mean, this is not like most Blue Sky Studios, like Rio 2 or the Ice Age sequels or anything like that. Heck no, it's not as bad as that. But I would say that this is kind of amateurish for people who expect more from animated films. And trust me, I mean, even for an animated film that's supposed to be, wacky and cartoony and not be taken seriously, I think it felt kind of on the low brow on certain parts of it. I mean, not all of it, because certainly, some of the, scenes are funny, and of course they implement the game aspect, which is really actiony and gets a lot of visual jokes really good, but at the end you're just kind of tired and worn out from all that stuff. So personally for me, I'm glad I saw it, but I don't think I would see it again. I mean, this is an animator's movie, and you can just admire the sets and the designs and stuff like that, and you can admire the detail, and you can get a kick out of that. But outside of that, probably my recommendation is if you enjoy the game, you're gonna enjoy this movie. And if you found the game really annoying and stuff like that, you're not gonna enjoy this movie. In fact, just look at the trailer. You could pretty much figure out if you're going to enjoy this movie or not. So, for my recommendation, like 1 out of 10, I think I would probably give it about. This is gonna sound low. I mean, I'll probably give it somewhere in the middle, like about a yeah, I think I'm just gonna give it about a 5.5. I mean, trust me, it's not as bad as a lot of the Blue Sky sequels, but it's not anything admirable. And with the animated films coming out this year, I'm pretty sure that you know, some, like, this is gonna easily be topped, like, honestly, but it's not gonna be put on, it's probably gonna be put on somewhere in the middle of the best and worst, just average. I mean, that's what this movie is. It's average. It's average for an animated family picture, and also to the fact that I just found the birds, like, you know, sarcastic. I did not really see them all angry. I mean, that's what people are pretty much saying. Like, I did not see them angry. I just saw them as sarcastic, and that's what they are. They're instead of this movie being called Angry Birds, it should have been called Sarcastic Birds, because honestly, they just make these one-liners and such like that at each other when they're mad. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I think of the Angry Birds movie. I'm sorry that I had to wait this long for a review, but school was out. But hey, school is finally over. I can take my hat off now and fling it across the room because school is over. Yes. Okay, so it's pretty much my review of the Angry Birds movie, and I will see you guys later for hopefully more reviews, reactions, any sort of thing that I do on my channel. So, as always, JC Animation Critic out. I'll see you guys later. Take care.